So today I'm going to be working on this lawnmower. It won't start easily. If you put starting fluid, it'll try to start, and if it does run, it runs poorly. First thing to notice here is that the primer bulb is stuck on the inside, so that's going to need to be replaced. But what I'm actually going to do is replace the entire carburetor. It's just going to be easier in the long run. So I've ordered a carburetor off of eBay, and that comes with a new air cleaner, and it may even come with a new spark plug. I don't remember. The spark plug on this one I took off and cleaned. It was fouled, and after cleaning it, it did allow it to run. Before that, it wouldn't run at all. But to demonstrate what happens here, let me see if I can't pull it a couple times. So that's what you get. It just won't start. So first order of business is take the air cleaner off to get to the carburetor. I'll be removing the entire gas tank assembly to replace the carburetor. All right, air cleaner's been removed. It's just one bolt with a flat head. Unscrews easy enough and comes off. And now we can see what we're dealing with the carburetor. We've got a bolt here that's got to be removed. We've got a bolt here that's got to be removed. And observe that the fuel line, which is actually not a fuel line, it's an air line, that has to be removed to remove the entire tank. We're going to be removing the entire tank assembly. Once that comes off, along with the carburetor, it all comes off as one unit. We also have to remember that these springs and things have to be removed and reinstalled. But so the next thing to do is basically remove all this in preparation to replace the carburetor. Okay, so I've got the two bolts removed. One of them that goes here, which is this bolt here, that's a 1/2 inch head. The other bolt that went here is a 3/8 inch head. So there's going to be a spring, which I've already removed, or detached I should say. This little spring here connects to this mount here. So you got to remove it first. Now that we've got the whole assembly loose, we just basically worm this thing out of the governor. And it just lifts off like that. And then we also have the spring attachment there that must be removed. So I have to decide if I want to detach it here or here. I think I'll probably detach it here, and then that will free the gas tank and carburetor assembly completely away from the engine. Okay, here I have the carburetor completely separated from the engine. It's caked up with some grease, oil, gas, dirt mixture. I'm going to clean that off to get to the screw heads. There's going to be, I believe, 5 of them, and they're, for example, there's one there. And they're going to be a number 2 Phillips head, and so you have to remove all those to remove the carburetor from the gas tank. And I may use a wire wheel on this just to clean it up, and that should make it easier, or just use a screwdriver and scrape it off, a rag with solvent on it, something like that. Number of different choices, but basically clean that up before you remove it, because you don't want this junk dropping down in the gas tank. I'm doing this with gas in the tank already. Might be best to empty the tank, but I'm kind of lazy. As long as you don't tip it over, you should be fine. Alright, so I did use a wire wheel to clean this up a little bit before I removed the carburetor. As you can see, it took 5 screws, just as predicted. You've got this diaphragm that's going to have to be replaced when you install the new carburetor. This one is kaput. Just looking at it, it doesn't look very good. One thing about using a wire wheel, you will scrape off some paint, so if that bothers you, don't do that. Use a rag. I'm going to use a wire wheel, which you can see is just on a hand drill. I'm going to clean up the heads and the screws and reuse those, even though the kit may come with new screws. There's the old carburetor. I need to salvage the spring for the governor off of that, and I don't think there's anything else I need. We'll have to see. But that's it so far. So here's the new carburetor that I have. It's just plastic, and the original is plastic. Comes with a new inlet boot, and it's got a filter installed on the intake flow for the gas, and the spring's already installed, so I don't need to transplant those from the old carburetor. It does have a new air cleaner. Did not come with a new spark plug. I didn't get that kit. They do have kits that have that. Came with new diaphragm and screws. Again, I'll be using the old screws, but I will be using the new diaphragm, and it also comes with a new seal for the air cleaner, which I may or may not use. The old one's fine. So that's where we're at. So I'm in the process of installing the diaphragms now. The hard cardboard part of the diaphragm goes on the carburetor first, and then the rubbery, thin, flexible diaphragm material itself goes on the outside. It will interface directly with the gas tank. There's going to be a spring that pushes down right here, and that's part of the carburation mechanism. So that spring stays in there. But that's how we're going with this. We're installing them on the carburetor like that, with the cardboard on first, and then we'll run some probably 2 screws in here to keep the seal and the diaphragm lined up, and then we'll bolt it down to the carburetor. So here we have the carburetor mounted on with the 5 original screws, and on these, do not over tighten, just tighten them snugly. Don't bear down on them. It doesn't have to be tight. Try to do a star pattern when you tighten them. I went this one first, then that one, then that one, then this one, and then that one. That's the pattern I did, and I went through it twice. First time snugging, second just making sure everything was tight, not really tighten it any further. So that is it for now. I'm fixing to mount this back onto the engine after I do a little bit of cleaning. Alright, so I've got it cleaned up pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect. No point in getting it perfect. As soon as you mow, it's going to get all nasty anyway. Basically clean enough for installation. Before you install a new carburetor or reinstall an old carburetor, you should push the bulb and make sure gas squirts out. As you can see, it is. So that kind of confirms we've got the diaphragm installed properly and that the bulb is functioning. So now it's time to mount the carburetor back onto there. I've already transplanted the governor linkage and the spring to the new carburetor, and we are ready to try to install. Alright, so I didn't mention this, so I thought I'd better. There are going to be O-rings and a spacer that go on to the intake to the engine. So it's an O-ring, a spacer, which is a plastic ring, and another O-ring. That's how it is for this model, and I think that's pretty much standard. So make sure that those are on there. The kit did not come with any new O-rings, so I'm having to reuse the old ones, which that seems like that should have been included. But they're in good shape, so we're going to be okay. And so you're going to push that onto the engine, and then put that large bolt in there to press that together so that it's an airtight seal. Okay, here we're nearing the home stretch on this. Get away, fly. We've got the 2 springs hooked up. This spring here goes to the little loop in the linkage there for the governor, and we also have this smaller spring that goes through that same loop and connects to this mount, this stationary mount. This lever here is going to act as the idle control. So that's going to be low idle. This is going to be running at a faster speed. Well, it's not really idle, it's run speed. All the way like that is as slow as it's going to go, and then you'll have a position somewhere in the middle. But if you want it full blast, you'd have it all the way out. So set it somewhere in the middle to begin with. Still need to install a new air cleaner, and also this front bolt. I still need to install that. But everything fit together nicely, and it's looking pretty good. One comment about installing the tank and carburetor assembly. Originally I had this installed on the carburetor first, and sometimes you can do it that way, but I was struggling. I don't know why, for whatever reason. I decided that it was easier to take this link off of the carburetor, install it onto the governor arm here going into the engine, and then feeding it through the hole on the carburetor on the throttle, the butterfly valve. So just a tip there, if you have a problem doing it one way, try the other. Okay, so one more quick comment. If you tighten this bolt down, the big bolt down first before trying to install this bolt, it isn't going to work. You're going to need to loosen this one up pretty good to where the gas tank will move around. Get this one threaded at that point and snug it up, and then tighten that one down. Just an installation tip. Everything's back together. Got the air cleaner on. I got the new air cleaner in there. Here are the old parts. There's the old air cleaner. It's still not in bad shape. Could be cleaned and reused. That diaphragm is going in the trash. It's no good. These are the spare screws that I didn't need, and the cleaning kit that I didn't need because it's a brand new carburetor. Here's the old carburetor. Only thing really wrong with this is going to be where is it? Right there, the bulb. The bulb is bad, but the kit comes with 2 brand new ones, so I'll throw this in the box and keep it in case I want to rebuild it and use it later. I'll keep the air cleaner because it's still usable, and I'll keep the screws and the cleaning kit. And now we're going to see if it'll start. So let me get this out in the open where I have some swinging room. Oh, let's give it a prime. So let's prime it 1. Oh yeah, it feels good. 2. We'll go 3 and see if it'll start. One-handed, it's going to be kind of tough. Let's see if I can do it. Wow, runs like a brand new machine. I like the idle speed, don't need, or not the idle speed, the run speed. I like it just fine. I'll leave that setting alone. Now I'm gonna mow the yard. So this kind of job, if you had to pay small engine repair guy to do it, probably be between anywhere from $75 to $150. You know, they're gonna make it, clean it up real good, and that's gonna take time. Taking apart and everything and replacing parts, plus you pay part for the parts, and it's going to be much more than the $12 that I spent on this part kit. So you can do it yourself. You saw it's easy. I'm a moron. If I can do it, you can do it. Good luck with it.